Great news, everybody. Fantastic news this is. We're killing civilians in Syria. Yes, the United Kingdom are responsible for killing Syrians in Syria. It says this in the BBC, on the BBC website. Islamic State US military says RAF airstrikes may have killed civilians. RAF airstrikes. Do you remember us declaring war on Syria, everybody? Do you remember a vote in Parliament to bomb Syria? No, I don't either. What the fuck has happened to us? If our military wants to go bombing countries around the world, don't you think our government should have a fucking vote on it first? Killing severe. I'm going to talk about this a little bit. I'll read a little bit of this to see what the BBC say. There is credible evidence British airstrikes against the Islamic State group have killed civilians in Iraq and Syria, the US military has said. The Ministry of Defence has continued to deny American reports that some RAF airstrikes against IS has harmed civilians. Yes, they're just denying it. Apparently, according to all the airstrikes that we've been doing over the last, 7 years in this regime change war in Syria that the government didn't vote on, I'll come to that in a minute, apparently we've only killed one civilian. How many lies? How many lies are you going to tell? How many lies are our media going to fucking believe? We've killed thousands. The RAF has deployed 4,409 bombs and missiles in the 5-year war with Islamic State. That's just what they admit to. 4,409 bombs. Did any of those bombs have permission to be fucking sent? None. We haven't declared war on Syria. Why are we there? Is Syria a threat to us? Is Syria a threat to our national sovereignty? Why are we killing civilians over there then? Civilians who have families, who will then, no doubt, all be pissed off at the United Kingdom, pick up a fucking weapon and want to come over here and do a terrorist attack because that's the only thing left to them to try and get some retaliation, to try and get some closure. We're creating terrorists and saying we're doing it to fight terrorism. Are you fucking kidding me? The MOD's approach to identifying civilian casualties has been described as, quote, not fit for purpose. Of course it is. They don't admit to it. The Americans is just as bad. They admit to the casualties, but just say, no, if you're a man, if you're over 14, you're a terrorist. That's how they identify them. So if you're an 80-year-old farmer who gets killed in collateral damage, he's a terrorist. He's a man over the age of 14. I won't talk about any more of this because it's winding me up. But you can see my point. Why the fuck are we still in Syria? Why? And when are our media going to tell the truth about it? When was the last time you saw anybody on our media on the BBC mention Operation Timber fucking Sycamore? Anybody? Can anybody put me to the BBC or Channel 4 or ITV educating their people to say this is all Timber Sycamore? This is Operation Timber Sycamore. Yeah, this is what America started in 2012, trying to overthrow the regime of Assad in a regime change war that we did not fucking authorise. That we have gone in with America and gone, yes, we'll... How can we help you, America? Like the lapdogs that we are. Timber Sycamore, say it, BBC. Fucking say it. Tell your people, yeah, we're doing this because America wants some regime change and we're following them fucking everywhere. It doesn't matter what our parliament thinks. You think our parliament has got control over war? No, don't be stupid. You haven't got a democracy. Did you know that? This is what's really happening. There was no mention of Operation Timber Sycamore or regime change wars on that BBC article I've just showed you. Not surprising. We're America's little bitches. That's what we are in the United Kingdom. America's little bitches. We've got one of the best fighting forces in the world. We really have. And it has been wasted following the Yanks into their regime change wars so their people can carry on consuming like cattle. Like fucking cattle. Consume. We'll go off and we'll bomb all these worlds. We'll get regime change in Syria. Why? Because you want cheap gas and oil. That's why. You just keep eating, keep consuming. Do you remember what George Bush said after 9/11? Go out, spend. Well, this is the shit that goes on. So you can carry on having 17 different flavours of Doritos and your oil and the gas in your fucking fuel tank is cheaper than the water that you buy in a bottle. This is why. This is why the oil industry is subsidised to the trillions of pounds or dollars around the world. So you can have cheap shit. It's got to change. It's got to change. And it's got to change soon. Hopefully something good will come from this virus and we'll realise it. My fear is that we'll use this virus as a reason to actually do more of these regime change wars around the world. And to infringe on your rights and your free speech and your freedom of prayer or your rights to a free press. That's my fear. They're going to come down on me even more. Make a noise. We're still bombing Syria. We're still killing innocent people in Syria. With your money. Doesn't it make you proud to be British? Who should we bomb next? Next, Trump? They're down there. Honestly, they're down there right now saying Donald Trump, oh my God, it's a game show host and it's ridiculous. Oh, where do you want us to bomb next, Trump? Where do you want us to bomb next? You turn out Her Majesty's Navy into fucking pirates. Not so long ago, stealing Syria's oil tanker. And do you think our media are talking about this? No, of course not. Of course not. They're asking the safe questions. We're in the middle of a fucking pandemic and they're bombing Syria still. You know the countries that are suffering the most? The war-torn countries. The countries under crippling sanctions. Like Iran and Syria. And then we're still bombing them? Can't you at least press the fucking pause button on regime change wars until, we've sorted out the pandemic?